You have reached the voicemail of Goro Akechi. Please state your name and the reason for your call. I shall respond as soon as it is possible for me to do so.
Listen, I know I messed up with Yusuke and my jealousy. I thought we were over it, but obviously you're not, and... well, I'm really sorry. Have you tried to see Shido again? If it's easier for you, maybe try to bring Yusuke with you. Madarame is in Fusha prison too, right? Yusuke might be a better support than me, but... of course, if you want me instead, just say the word anytime. I'm so sorry if I wronged you. I miss you so much. Please call me. I love you.
Words, words, words. Prove it with actions. More than a flower delivery, and certainly not with a caged raven.
Was that Akira again?
Yes, he suggested I come here with Yusuke. How hypocritical.
Sounds like he really misses you if he's willing to say that.
That's beside the point. But thank you for being here with me.
Oh, it's nothing. Say really pulled it off with those guards, huh?
Indeed. Well, little prince, we made it to the prison. Stay hidden, all right?
Don't worry, I'm right here with you.
Ugh, a fucking course.
We've got a sensor alert from your bag. Open it, please.
It's a cat. He stays with me.
Animals aren't allowed in the prison.
He's a police cat. Make an exception.
A police cat? I'm sorry, but that's not...
Akechi-kun?
Sei-san, could you explain to this gentleman that police animals, like support animals, are exempt from the no-pet policy in administrative buildings?
Of course. Sir, this is a special circumstance.
You okay?
Yes. Thank you for being here.
Always. You can do this.
All right, the cat can stay.
Thank you. Let's move on.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
I am. Does he know why I canceled last time?
No, he doesn't know the reason, if that's what you mean.
Good. Let's go. But seriously, thank you. I feel like, with you around, I might actually be able to handle this mess.
Enough with the sentiment. I just need you functional. Don't fall apart on me now.
Look at you. I can't remember the last time anyone said that to me, assuming anyone ever did.
I was kidding, but you know I'm here for you. How are you holding up?
Okay, would be a bit of a stretch, but better, I suppose. At least I'm no longer fighting the urge to put a knife through something every time I think of him.
Progress, then. And you've tied him into one of those confidant contracts, right? Think he'll actually be useful?
Useful, perhaps. Necessary, unfortunately. His change of heart seems genuine, and he remembers everything, which makes him valuable. If Futaba can stomach working with me, I suppose I can tolerate using Shido as an asset.
Pragmatic as always. Still, that takes guts.
Oh, I never really lacked in the guts department. The issues are elsewhere.
So what's next? We've got the whole afternoon before tonight's meeting with the team.
I need to touch base with the rest of my confidants. Mishima, Makoto, Ryuji, Anne. God, they're multiplying.
Right? I was just thinking about how Akira handled them all. Half the time he'd ignore people for months. Mishima, Oya, you name it, and somehow they'd just wait for him like their lives were on pause.
Strange. But this lends credence to the theory that he was the protagonist in the true reality. But if I'm going to build something real with these people, I'll have to approach it differently and try to see them regularly. Mishima should come first. He's leaving for the US soon, and I haven't even started with him yet.
never told me what you talked about with him.
Shido? Or Mishima?
Both, actually. But let's start with Mishima. He approached you on the beach and then you played video games together, right?
It would be more accurate to say that he invited himself onto our group's Minecraft server. But yes. I also blackmailed him into a TV interview, which earned me the favor of director Yoshizawa.
I'm not sure I want to know the details of that blackmail.
You don't.
So, you plan to visit him in Harajuku?
I need to. His app might be useful to us, assuming it's as sophisticated as he claims. Emotion analysis in a world built on false perceptions. Ironic, isn't it?
You mean Soul Sync? I don't trust it. Something about broadcasting people's emotions sounds exploitable and invasive.
You're absolutely right, little prince. An app that analyzes human emotion for mass consumption couldn't possibly go wrong. It's not like we've seen how easily people's cognition can be manipulated.
I'm serious. I noticed how Lady Anne is glued to her watch lately. This could be dangerous.
Dangerous for them, useful for us. Mishima's app might hold valuable data. It's worth investigating, and I intend to start by giving our prodigy a few pointers on managing his newfound fame. He seems eager to please. No harm in indulging that.
Always scheming. He's come a long way, that's for sure.
And he'll be back in his rightful place when this charade is over. Which means absolutely nowhere.
Good evening, esteemed passengers. This is your captain, Akira Kurusu, speaking. Our destination today, the heart of truth and reconciliation. Or so I hope. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the most charming passenger aboard this train, Goro Akechi.
Wait, Goro Akechi? Did he just say Goro Akechi?
And the guy on the speaker, Kurusu, right? They're,
Yes, the one brooding near the window. Now, honey, you've been ignoring my calls, my gifts, and, tragically, even my raven. So I thought, why not try something different?
He really hacked the PA system just to send a love message? Who does that?
ugh, celebrities. Always something ridiculous.
Where are they? Where is Akechi? Do you see him?
My dearest detective, I apologize if my past actions have caused you grief. Know this, I would cross oceans, scale mountains, and commandeer trains if it meant earning your forgiveness.
Oh, this
Please,
was so romantic.
won't you call me?
Romantic?
Or at
It's
least
just
text.
cringe. Still imagine being Akechi. Bet he's dying of embarrassment.
Nah, guy's probably used to it by now. His whole life's on display.
Wait, Akechi dumped his boyfriend?
Ha ha ha. Kurusu better shut up and lawyer up.
Let me prove my devotion. You're right, it's not enough to bend reality for someone so amazing. I'll also conquer space to earn your warmth, your words, your awkward kisses, and stiff hugs. Look to the stars tonight. They spell only your name. I miss you. Yours, always and forever, Akira.
Well, at least it's entertaining. Makes this commute less boring.
Did he seriously hack the train's PA system?
Oh, he did. Or rather, he likely asked a certain big brother to do it.
I gotta admit, that's impressive.
Impressive. It's deranged. He's officially outdone the Raven stunt. 11 more days of silence for the theatrics alone.
11 days? Who's to say he won't go completely crazy in the meantime? I mean, what's that about writing your name in the stars? Can he even do that?
I shall indulge your ill-considered question, given your status as a cat. But it is indubitably impossible. However, his BFF can make sure that everyone will see my name written above their heads. Yes.
He certainly didn't put that much effort into getting me back after our argument.
Oh,
After everything we've been through together, he really only cares about you, doesn't he?
no, that's not true. He's misguided, and I'll handle him. Just not today. Shido was enough drama for one day.
Fair. But despite everything, don't let him hang too long. You need answers about his presence in your room that day when I disappeared in the cognitive world, and Akira's the only one who can give them to you.
I know. I'll speak to him when I'm ready. Just not now.
Whoa, this place looks posh. Think they have room service with tuna?
Focus on the task, little prince. You might want to check that raw fish addiction with a professional, you know?
I'm just saying, all this fancy decor and marble floors are whetting my appetite.
Don't start scratching the furniture.
Welcome to the Fritz Hotel. May I ask if you have a reservation?
Hello. I'm here for Mr. Yuki Mishima. He's expecting me.
Yes, Mr. Akechi. He mentioned you'd be arriving. Please proceed to the special VIP elevator right here. His penthouse suite is on the top floor.
Thank you. One more thing. If a certain Akira Kurusu should inquire about my presence here, do inform him that Mr. Mishima and I wish not to be disturbed. Under any circumstances.
Of course, sir. I'll make a note.
Penthouse suite, huh? Our boy genius really has climbed the ranks.
He was carried there. But let's not keep him waiting.
Hey, isn't that Akechi?
It's him! It's Akechi!
Shit.
He's with his cat.
Akechi-kun.
Akechi, can I take a picture,
Akechi.
please?
I'm a little grateful for the separate elevator.
You tell me. If your fangirls ask me for a cuddle one more time, I'll go ballistic, I warn you.
Tempting.
Hey, Akechi, glad you made it. Welcome to my modest little domain. At least until I jet off again.
And the star entrepreneur himself. Always a treat to see someone whose ego rivals his net worth. The suite is quite impressive, by the way.
Huh, well, the hotel insisted on an upgrade when they saw my name. It's a bit over the top, but who am I to say no?
Well, it is a penthouse suite. Not exactly your run-of-the-mill business accommodation.
Hello to you too, Morgana. You certainly don't look like a man who hates the spotlight, showing up here in style.
I maintain appearances for those who appreciate them. Fritz Hotel, I'll admit. Their breakfast buffet in itself is worth the stay, if I remember well.
You tell me, you certainly still draw a crowd. The teens downstairs went wild when they heard you were coming. One of them asked if we'd be doing some unhinged Akechi stuff together. I hope there weren't any paparazzi there. You know how it is.
Oh, he knows how it goes. We had to dodge the fans on the way in.
My sincere condolences for the inconvenience. Let's say you've learned a valuable lesson about not making announcements discreetly.
Yes, indeed. Come, have a seat. Can I offer you something? Tea, coffee, or something with a little more kick?
As tempting as it is to indulge, let's stick to something mild. Tea is fine.
And a cappuccino, cat-friendly, please.
And one cappuccino with extra foam, extra milk, no sugar, and no coffee.
Right. I'll see what they can do. By the way, I've been meaning to ask, what's Akira's cat doing with you?
Long story. Mona's more than just a cat, though. Let's call him my partner in crime. Or in crime solving, maybe.
The one and only hope of humanity. Right here!
I see. Anyways, thanks for coming. I know you're busy, but I really wanted a chance to talk with you before I go back to the States. You're still on board with sharing your experiences in the celebrity world, right?
I don't see any harm in indulging you. But as a businessman, you understand that such knowledge doesn't come for free.
Huh, of course. I told you I'd be here for you, right? Anything you need.
Glad to hear it. Then let's talk about your grand opus, Soul Sync. It's everywhere. Anne's praising it, Suzui's praising it. Half the country's praising it. My curiosity's been piqued. Given how easily the public can be manipulated by illusions, I find it either brilliant or terrifying.
Coming from you, that's a compliment. But trust me, the more I refine it, the more I realize how much potential it has. People connect deeper, they bond faster. It can be used to heal relationship troubles, promote empathy, and do so much good in this world.
Or to exploit vulnerabilities, spread misinformation, push a neat little narrative, you name it.
You'd think I wasn't aware. I'm an idealist, sure, but not naive. I'm working on making the privacy settings as foolproof as possible. No system is perfect, but I want SoulSync to empower people, not exploit them.
Huh, big words. Still, we're supposed to be in a utopia, so is that so surprising?
What's gotten into him?
Don't mind him. He's just voicing his opinions. So, profit isn't your sole motivation? Quite the contrast to other CEOs.
There's a reason I'm not selling user data. SoulSync is personal to me. If you're curious, I'd be more than happy to hook you up with the watch. I see you aren't wearing the one I gave you all.
The notion of anyone reading my emotional state in real time is borderline horrifying. No offense. You might find my psyche a little too messy for any software to decode.
You? Messy? I always saw you as perfectly composed, but hey, it might reveal something intriguing, even to you. The app has done wonders for others. Why not you? Besides, aren't you curious to sync with Akira?
I'll consider it. Let Akira know. That's the best I can promise for now.
Sure. Let me know whenever. Actually, I haven't seen Akira since the beach. How's he doing? Isn't he curious about our Minecraft server?
He's been occupied. Don't worry, he'll be back to shower everyone with his trademark positivity soon enough.
Right, that does sound like him. I hope you two are doing well.
Speaking of SoulSync, you realize you've unleashed something big on society, right? People holding empathy rallies in parks, entire therapy sessions centered on emotional feedback, or so I've heard. Did you see any of that coming?
To be honest, not this big, this fast. People are more transparent and empathetic, but also more addicted to feedback. I never expected it to become, well, a societal movement. And it's not just Japan. At the beginning of next year, I've got 2 more investor meetings in Silicon Valley. My associates are already signing deals left and right in Europe. It's ridiculous how much the West wants to commercialize emotional data. But you already knew that, right?
Indeed. Manipulating emotions en masse. Always an attractive business proposition. Be careful of what you have on your fingertips, Mishima. Your goals may be noble, but your investors? Do you believe they're giving you their money because they want to empower people, not exploit them?
Well, not fully, no. But I'd rather see people forging closer bonds than suffering in isolation. I want SoulSync to be a force for good. The real challenge is preventing misuse. Misinformation, propaganda, you get the idea.
I still think it's dangerously naive. People can twist anything. Whatever. I don't want Lady Anne's heart to be given to some shady app, even if it's 1,000% safe.
Even aside from the potential vulture issue, don't forget that we know someone, Futaba, who can hack her way into places angels fear to tread. If your data is stored anywhere, she could crack it, given the slightest motive.
We've got safeguards in place. I won't pretend it's foolproof, but we're doing our best. Everything's encrypted, but you're right. Futaba's good. Really good. I've seen her Minecraft contraptions. Makes me think she could probably break into anything if she tried.
Just be careful. One small breach, and you'd have an entire population's feelings handed to the hacker on a silver platter.
I won't let that happen. Believe me, it's my top priority. I don't want my creation turned into a weapon against people's hearts.
Then you're aware of the stakes. Good. Keep at it. Because for all I know, we'll need SoulSync for something bigger down the line. And it won't help if it's in shambles.
Something bigger?
Never hurts to be prepared. Remember that strange feeling you mentioned this summer? How Japan seemed unnaturally upbeat.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Well, in your interviews, you talk about illusions, phenomena that the public can't see. But the more time I spend here, the more I think that my app making people happier would be the most logical explanation, don't you think?
The more time you spend in Japan, the more you stop thinking that there might be something fundamentally wrong with people's sudden happiness. Is that what you want to tell me?
Yeah, pretty much. I've just been thinking about it more logically. What are you getting at?
Let me put it another way. The longer you stay in the country that feels wrong, the less you question it. Isn't there a connection?
You almost sound like a conspiracy theorist, Akechi. Anyways, forget that thought. Actually, I've got something else on my mind. Sort of a personal issue?
Personal? My, aren't we close friends all of a sudden?
Let's just say you might understand better than most. The price of fame, that sort of thing.
Having to meet public expectations at every turn?
Sure, but there's also pressure from my investors and my family.
Oh? I'd have thought your relatives would be quite proud of you, but I'm aware all families have varying standards. So, what is it about?
My parents are thrilled, of course, though they're also pushing other things on me these days. Apparently, being a young multi-billionaire means certain people think I should, settle down. Suddenly, I'm meeting high society types who hint how perfect their daughters would be as the next Mrs. Mishima.
So you're the new hot commodity. Must be thrilling to have a price tag slapped on you, no?
Tell me about it. My parents think it'd help secure the family's legacy or something like that. I love them, but they don't get how out of place it makes me feel. And with how public my life is now, I'm sure the tabloids would have a field day if I refused.
I take it you're not keen on the idea.
Sounds like a headache. Kind of reminds me of Haru-chan's situation with that forced fiancé.
Don't get me wrong, being the pride of the family feels nice. The Mishimas were nobodies before me, but the idea of treating marriage like a business deal? I'm just not ready for that. You get what I'm saying?
So, you want my perspective on it? Is that it? I was never subjected to that kind of matchmaking. See, being the embodiment of a teenage girl's fantasies doesn't reflect your worth. As an official orphan and then public son of a criminal, I suppose my value was subpar in that market.
Right, sorry, I didn't mean to imply,
Relax. It's not exactly a sore subject. But if you want my advice, make it crystal clear you're not interested. If that fails, stir up a scandal. Works every time.
You would suggest using the press to blow everything up. But you're not wrong. People run when they smell controversy. I gotta say, though, I admire how you balance your own personal and public life. Openly dating another man, it takes guts.
Balanced is a strong word for what we have. But I've learned not to care what onlookers think. If you do care, be loud and decisive about your stance. If you remain silent, the rumor mill will fill in the blanks for you. If I may give you one piece of advice, do what serves your sense of self. The rest is just background noise.
That's honestly really helpful. I just never wanted to drag my personal life into interviews, but I guess I can't avoid it forever.
Public figure life in a nutshell. Believe me, I never asked for the unhinged Akechi moniker, yet here we are.
Right. Thanks, Akechi. I appreciate the candor. Crap, I haven't seen the time. Feels like you just got here. I wish we could talk for longer, but I have a conf call to attend.
I'll be sure to look you up again before you return to the States. We should schedule another chat.
I'd like that. Thanks for making the time to come here, Akechi, and for everything else. To be honest, I never expected the Detective Prince, ex-Detective Prince, I should say, to be so approachable.
Yes, well, I'm just a cuddly teddy bear at heart. Spread the word. You're playing this weekend?
Yeah. See you on Minecraft Saturday, then.
Mona, you're coming? What are you staring at?
Have you seen the size of that thing?
Oh, the cat found the mural aquarium. Should I worry?
Yes, definitely. He is an expert in infiltration.
Really?
Sushi! in an astronomical update that has the internet buzzing, a mysterious constellation spelling out Goro has appeared in the night sky. Experts are debating how to classify this new phenomenon. An influential scientific source, who asked to remain anonymous, has reportedly spent an exorbitant sum lobbying to name it Crow. However, controversy brews with the existing Corvus
You
constellation.
wanted to be acknowledged, didn't you? To be loved. You've been nothing but a puppet from the very beginning.
What exactly is the reason you're postponing your talk with him? Is it because you're afraid he lied to us?
Partly. It's more personal, though.
Want to talk about it?
If he joined us, everything would fall into place. He'd be himself again. We'd spend real time together, challenging ourselves in the dream world, working as a team. But with my life on the line, it's just an impossible fantasy. The situation is unbearable. I don't want to give up on him. I'm thinking.
Akira. I'm sorry to bother you, but I was hoping we could talk properly this time. I know things haven't been ideal between us lately.
Let me guess. Goro sent you? Trying to rub it in my face that you two are off saving the world or whatever you think you're doing? I'm sure he'd love an update on how I'm holding up with his ghosting. Well, you can tell him it feels awful. Now fuck off.
Actually, I'm not here because of Goro. This is for my own peace of mind. This silence between us is too deafening to keep ignoring.
Well, I don't mind it. Anything else?
I wanted to understand how things went so wrong. I never thought... after everything we went through. We were all tempted by Maruki's paradise, but you made us see it for what it was. Made us see reason. And now...
You want me to explain why I stabbed all of you in the back, right? Why I chose the dream world over our so-called justice. You're hoping for some neat reason that makes me look like a tragically misunderstood hero, instead of the selfish bastard I am.
I'm trying to find honesty. I know we weren't perfect. We made assumptions about each other. I can accept that. But I need to know what was going through your head when you decided...
Stop. Don't say that like you're innocent. Assumptions. Assume that, Yusuke. You followed me like sheep whenever I flashed a nice smile or gave you a nod. You did exactly what I wanted, because I said what you wanted to hear. That's how it was from the start. I was your leader, right? You're a charismatic, perfect hero. But guess what, Yusuke? It was all a lie. Every last bit.
So, those horrid things you said at my atelier last time... You were someone I looked up to, Akira. It's hard to believe you never cared at all.
And looked up to me. Right. Because I saved you from some asshole. And suddenly, I was your guiding light. The guy you'd follow anywhere. But here's the truth, Yusuke. I didn't care. Not about your pain. Not about your stupid dream of painting something worthy. You had some skill. And by working with you, I got stronger. That's all it was. A transaction. You gain a nice warm feeling of camaraderie. I gain more power. Simple.
You thought I took you in out of the goodness in my heart?
I figured you might say something cruel, but this...
Oh, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, Yusuke. But But isn't that exactly what you're doing now with your precious new leader? Rooting out the truth, stripping away all the deception. News flash. The truth hurts. Here's the truth you're working so hard to uncover. No sugarcoating. We were puppets. I was the leader, the hero, and you were extra muscle for me to throw at shadows while I raked in the spoils. Look at yourself. An artist so starved for validation, you followed me into hell without ever asking for anything. You were always babbling about how you were struggling, how you couldn't even afford a nice meal or an air conditioner. I had enough to buy each of you a damn mansion, Yusuke. But I didn't need to. All it took was tossing you some half-hearted praise to keep you forging skill cards or whatever else I wanted that day. It's pathetic how easily you people function.
You're out of line. You're painting yourself as a complete monster. Are you trying to scare me away? Hurt me so bad I'll just leave? Because it's working. If we really meant nothing but tools to you.
Plucking talented yet troubled artists allows me to find promising pupils and take their ideas. Livestock are killed for their hide and meat. This is no different, you fool.
Why bother acting like a caring leader at all?
Because I had to. You all were like little ornaments, waiting for a push in the right direction. As long as I said what you wanted to hear, you fell right in line. Of course I pretended to care. I needed you functional. I needed your skills and abilities. I needed your synergy in the team. But there are only 30 days in a month. You know, I had 20 other idiots looking up to me. Like I was the center of their world. No time to waste. Every day, carefully planned. And when I gave a wrong answer, something that didn't stroke your ego, what happened? No progress, no growth. Another afternoon wasted holding your hand in some pointless people-watching escapade in Shibuya until you'd finally be ready to be useful again. That's all this life was. Optimizing you people to get stronger.
So we were nothing but stepping stones. You say it like it's nothing. Like it never cost you. I remember times when you smiled at us, joked with us, helped with personal problems, art supplies, quiet words of encouragement. Your eyes looked so genuine.
This is really weighing on you.
I will speak earnestly. I need your help.
How can I help you break out of it?
The beauty of a work is born from the soul of its artist. The soul is of the heart, and there it resides. The mystery of beauty, and of reflecting it. I must find a way to understand.
Fair enough. I'm happy to help.
Wonderful!
So, what did you have in mind?
The abyss of the heart, the ominous ever-present desires. They forged this piece. Thank you.
Sure thing. What am I doing?
I figured being here would grant inspiration. The theme is the anguish of original sin. I will show them anguish undreamt of.
Easy for you to say.
Don't move! And put that arm back where it was. Bend your back and lift that leg. Perfect! But what I'm pursuing is a beauty as pure as the Sayuri.
You keep calling it pure beauty. But what I see in it is a gentleness, less beauty than understanding. It kinda felt like she was watching over me, holding softly and telling me it'd be okay.
Gentleness, Aunt said. The heart is a dark and ugly thing. It can become twisted like this. But that's not all. There is the simple beauty of loving another. Joker, when my mother painted Sayuri, What do you think she meant? She wanted it to impart something to me, to everyone who looked at it.
Like what?
Love and regret, loneliness, anxiety, calm, forgiveness, a sense of hope. Everything she felt in that moment. That's why Sayori is beautiful. Thank you for this, Joker. As my mother lay brush to canvas for others, I will wield the brush to give hope to those who see my work.
I like that very much.
It was your patience that allowed me to finally understand this. Your understanding as you watched over me. I will create. I will use my art to paint joy and understanding over the black sorrow of this world. And it will be beautiful.
I know it will.
None of that was real to you?
You are held captive. A prisoner of fate to a future that has been sealed in advance. This is truly an unjust game. Your chances of winning are almost none.
Real. Don't get me started on what's real. I never knew what was or wasn't. What I did know was that I had to make sure we had the spells, the gear, the manpower to finish every fight efficiently and move on to the next target. Ryuji was muscle. Futaba was tech. You were my art store of skill cards and creativity. So, friendship. Sure, if constant manipulation can be called that. Mishima's support. Makoto's endless lecturing on Shadow's affinities. Oh, and Anne's sexy technique? We busted our asses to free her from Kamoshida's grasp, only to have her shake her butt at Shadows to distract them. Pathetic. If I had to throw in a few compliments, or clown around in churches to keep you performing like trained dogs, of course I'd do it.
You sound like him. You realize that, don't you? You're echoing Madarame. It's surreal and revolting. You're telling me the person I believed in never existed. Just a hollow puppet master behind a mask. Well, congratulations. You've made your point. Is this what you wanted me to understand?
Maybe I just want you to know I don't need your pity, or your forgiveness, or whatever talk you think will fix this. If you hate me, great. You should. I'm not worth your admiration or trust. I took Maruki's reality because it fit my needs. Honest enough?
It's honest. Or at least you're trying hard to make it sound that way. I wish I could hate you like you want, but I'm not sure I can.
Oh, you definitely can. I know for a fact you're capable of not giving a shit, right? I assumed you'd all just stay in your perfect little fantasies while I, for once, did something I wanted. But I can't even get that. For fuck's sake. None of your ideal realities needed me. When I glimpsed them last year, I saw all of you grinning like idiots, not the least bit worried about. How did you put it? Everything we went through, you forgot me without a second thought. Only Goro, my so-called enemy, and Sumi, who gained the most from Maruki, actually stuck around. The rest of you? A bunch of hypocritical assholes. I don't regret using you the way I did.
That's not true. I tried to reach you in January to apologize, but you never had time. I felt...
Spare me. Apologies don't change how someone really feels. I told you, I don't care. You were useful. Now you're not. End of story.
I believed in you. We all did. Maybe that was our mistake, trusting you so blindly.
Exactly. That's your stupidity, not mine. Don't blame me for your gullibility.
It's just pathetic. You're shoving everyone away so you don't have to face what you've done.
Oh, trying psychoanalysis on me now? Save it. Go run to your new allies. My lover, your brilliant tactician, whoever. I'm sure they'll give you the heroic leader you really want.
Are you proud of this? You've become exactly what we fought against. You really sound just like... I can't help but think of Madarame's last words. How he admitted to having used me, to never having cared. Those words practically destroyed me. Hearing them from you now, someone who I thought freed me, cuts even deeper.
Good. Then hate me. Loathe me. That's why you came here, isn't it? Closure for your peace of mind, while you don't give a shit about mine. Well, I'm not giving you any. No apologies. I'm done.
Because I won't change, won't be stained by desire, because I can understand hope. I have friends, and when I'm lost, they'll extend their hands. If I'm wrong, they'll tell me true. They are all the support I need.
I see. They sound very worthy to me.
I can't thank you enough.
Huh?
And here I re-swear my oath to you. Should you ever stumble, should you ever fall, my hand will be there to lift you up. I can't deny you've taken something from me. A certain innocence, perhaps, or a belief that some bonds were unbreakable. But I'll continue forward. I'll restore the real world. And if I have to see you as an enemy, then I can do that too. However, whether it was self-serving or not, it's undeniable that your company has helped me understand the human heart. Thus, I want you to know, you're not fooling me as much as you think. I feel like I can see the cracks, the reason you can't admit that you care about any of us. You're crushed by your own guilt. You'd rather burn all your bridges with us than admit that you made a mistake. But one mistake doesn't make you a monster. Being coerced into deciding the fate of the world is the real horror here. I understand wanting to protect what's dear to you. Don't confuse your remorse with something evil.
Leave whatever helps you sleep, Yusuke. I've said my piece. Now leave.
The others, they'll know it too eventually, you know? I don't recognize you, Akira. And in all honesty, I don't think you recognize yourself either.
I said, we're done. Take that righteous indignation and go swing it around someone who cares.
Very well. I still want to believe in you, despite everything. But if this is who you've chosen to be, I won't waste my time anymore. Goodbye, Akira.
You have reached the voicemail of Goro. Yes?
Hey, Neo, just a heads up. Inari and I won't make it to the meeting tonight. Sorry.
Oh? Why not?
Inari's feeling a bit under the weather, so we're in for an all-night Shibasaki and Bob Ross video marathon.
Under the weather?
Yeah, it means he feels like shit.
I'm aware of the expression. What happened?
Well, to put it simply, he tried to have a heart-to-heart with Akira, and our former leader decided to be a total asshole.
It's not exactly...
Shh! I heard it all, and it was asshole behavior.
I see. Do you want to watch those videos here? I've still got some curry left over from yesterday.
Nah, we're good. We've got enough yakisoba to survive the apocalypse. Don't worry, I'll fix up our sad little Inari and have him back in action by tomorrow.
All right. Tell Yusuke he can call me anytime if he wants to talk.
You got it. Later, Neo.
Trouble?
Akira.
Hey, Akira! Hey man, wanna have lunch together?
Aren't you eating with the track team?
Nah, not today. It's been a while since we ate together, so, I figured if you're free, why not? Akira?
All right.
Great, let's head to the rooftop, yeah? All you brought was some bread, dude?
I don't eat much at lunch.
Still. Well, never mind. So, those midterms were nuts, huh? I actually didn't bomb them this time. Got better scores than ever. Who'd have thought, right? Hey, and I saw you were top of the class again.
Huh. Didn't really pay attention. It's always the same result. But, congrats.
Right. Yeah, guess you're used to it. So, Anne's birthday party. Pretty wild, huh? You and Yusuke stormed off and everything. Did you guys talk it out?
Haven't seen him since. Not planning to look for him either.
Oh, right. I want to mess this up more than it already is.
There's always that risk. But consider this. By doing nothing, by staying silent, we might as well be telling him we don't care. That could be even more damaging. If he feels completely abandoned, that might push him deeper into whatever spiral he's caught in.
So, what, I just go up to him and be like, hey dude, why you being a jerk to Yusuke and ignoring the rest of us? That's gonna go real smooth.
Perhaps not quite so bluntly. Express your worries about him. Make it clear you're there because you care. Something like, I've noticed you've been distant lately. Is everything all right?
So, I've noticed you've been kind of distant lately. Is everything all right?
I'm fine. And you?
Me? I'm good, I guess. Just, you know, I'm not blind, dude. I remember when we used to joke around, when you drop by the arcade or stop by track practice once in a while. Now, you barely say a word, you're brooding alone and all.
I'm here, aren't I?
That's not what I mean. After the party, after that weird fight, and that stuff you said, everything's fake. All that? Nobody even blinked. But I did. It's been stuck in my head. You sounded so done with everything. Like you wanted to tear it all down. What's up with that?
Since when do you think that deeply, Ryuji?
Hey, maybe I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm not dumb. I see how everyone acted like nothing happened after you and Kichi went back inside and said that crazy stuff. That was freaky. Even me. Never mind. Shouldn't we at least be talking about it? You're acting like it's no big deal.
It's no big deal.
If you think I'm gonna drop this, you're wrong. Look, you're my friend. Or at least I thought you were. I can't just shrug off the feeling that something's seriously messed up here. I'm not saying you have to spill your guts. I just remember you being a guy who cared about everyone. Not just showing up, nodding, and disappearing. Now it's like you're here, but not really. It's freaking me out, man.
I never really liked talking much, that's all. It's not new.
That's not... It's more than that, don't you think? You don't laugh anymore? You don't hang out? You, the world's chilliest guy, lashes out at Inari for some effed up reason that ain't even justified. And then you drop bombs like it's all fake at a birthday party. If something's bothering you, just say it. Even if I can't understand it, at least give me a chance, man. We always figure it out, right?
We? Listen, don't bother. It's just a big mess, and you can't do anything about it.
If it's that big, I definitely want to know. Look, Kichi said, I was thinking, when something feels off, you gotta confront it. I don't care how huge it is, I'd rather face it than live in a dumb lie. So just say it. I'm listening.
You've been talking to him, huh? Seems like Kichi is rubbing off on you.
Yeah, I talked to Akechi. And don't start getting all weird on me about it, okay? I ain't gay, I love girls, I want nothing like that with him. He's a good friend.
Yeah, of course. So, he said something about me?
He didn't say much, just hinted that maybe things aren't what they seem. Seeing you like this, I can't ignore it. You said everything's a game or something. Why say that if you don't want anyone asking questions? You can't just throw that kind of grenade and walk away, man.
I just did, though.
Come on, man. You have to tell. No way out this time. You know what? You're trapped on that roof until I know. How's that?
Huh. Think I can't handle you.
No chance. Moreover, Makoto taught me Aikido tricks last summer. I'm a freaking fortress.
Makoto did that?
Don't change the subject, man.
Why do you want to know so badly? So you can share my misery?
If you're miserable, then yeah. Maybe sharing it beats leaving you alone with it. Isn't that what friends do?
You say that now.
I'm right here, dude.
You want an honest answer? I warn you. It's pretty dumb.
Of course I want an honest answer. What is it, man?
Fine. High school's ending. Everyone's looking ahead. And I'm just stressed about it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. That's all.
That makes sense. So, that's really what's been on your mind? The future and all that? What about working at LeBlanc, like you said at the party?
That'd be nice. Maybe I could do more? I never really thought about it. And now, it's right here. No time to figure it out slowly.
Yeah, I get that. This year flew by so damn fast. I'm sure you'll figure it out, man. You're top of the class. Even Coach Kamoshida said universities would be fighting over you.
Guess so. Makes choosing harder, though.
Oh, right. Damn, I wish I had your problems, man.
Don't.
Just kidding, sorry. What does Kichi think about all this?
Dunno. Knowing him, he'd probably want me to become a criminal, just so he could arrest me himself.
You two really are something else. Anyway, I'm glad we talked. It was driving me nuts not knowing what was up. Maybe I can help sort out the future stuff. Hey, what if after school we go check out Makoto and Haru's campus? You could see what their university offers.
Thanks. I appreciate it, but I've got something going on this evening.
Oh, right. Another time then?
Sure. Hey,
Yeah?
You said Goro talked about me, right? Is that all he said? That I'm acting like a jerk? Or did he mention something else?
Dude, he's always talking about you. Well, you know, when he's not going off about his existential crises or some philosophical deep crap. He's like constantly worried about meeting your expectations and stuff. He didn't even say anything about you being a jerk. He was just worried about how you felt. You know, at first I thought it was weird. Two dudes being together, but honestly, I kind of get it now. You two are like two fingers of the same hand.
Two sides of the same coin?
Yeah, that. Don't worry, man. He's totally nuts about you.
Back to work, guys. At least we're starting in a safe room this time.
That's a debatable safe, considering your disappearance last time.
We'll remain extremely vigilant and ensure that doesn't happen again.
We better not. Let's move.
Ryuji's house is just around the corner from that block. Keep an eye out for shadows.
Do you think Ryuji's distortion will mirror his personality? Or could it reveal something we've never seen in him?
That depends on how deeply Maruki's hooks have sunk into his mind. I'd wager we're more likely to encounter something reflecting what Maruki thinks would bring him joy. So, not necessarily his real desires. Yours, for instance, was a mansion filled with food. Your shadow was thriving, claiming you could live off your art and paint all day without worry.
What a grotesque caricature. I would never willingly accept such a hollow life. You also mentioned that your cognition was here?
Indeed. He, tested whether my resolve to save you was genuine, or if it came from more nefarious motives.
Huh. You mean to ensure I wasn't just being manipulated again, I presume?
Sorry, boys, but now's not the time for pep talks. We're here.
If Ryuji's distortion is anything like Yusuke's, it's going to test us. Stay sharp.
Of course. Right beside you.
Wait, something's off.
Off how?
I'm picking up something strong, but it's strange. I can't pinpoint what it is.
Could it be the distortion? You weren't exactly at your best when we found Yusuke's after all.
I don't know, just stay on your toes. I don't like this.
Whatever lies ahead, we'll face it together.
Damn right. Time to put this mystery to rest.
It's too quiet.
It's unchanged. Aside from the lights.
Your intuition brought us here, Crow, but Ryuji's life has always revolved more around the track team at Shujin, hasn't it? Could it be that...
Quiet.
Did you hear that? Something's here.
A faint presence. Could it be a shadow?
Hard to say, but it doesn't feel like anything we've encountered here before. Stay alert.
What could it be?
Who's there? Show yourself.
Well, well, well. Look at this crew. The Prince of Justice, the starving artist, and the house cat. Searching for your lost pirate, are we?
You?
Kira?
No, something's off. Either a shadow or a cognition, but definitely not our Joker.
But shadows have yellow eyes, do they not? This one.
Your Joker? Interesting choice of words. I suppose I do resemble him. Or rather, I'm what your dear Dr. Maruki imagines him to be. An insolent spark refusing to be snuffed out. Which begs the question, why is he letting me roam free?
Maruki's cognition of Akira, then? Surely as unpredictable as the real deal.
If you think that wearing that face will rattle us, you're mistaken. Just get to the point. What do you want?
Oh, straight to business, my prince? Fine. Consider this my audition. I'd like to join your little team.
Surely you jest.
And we're just expected to trust you. You don't exactly scream team player.
How convenient. So Maruki gave you life and you repay him with betrayal? Is that your new hobby, Joker?
Trust. Such a fickle thing. Friends turn on each other with a twitch of a finger, or a squeeze of a trigger.
Hope you've learned that lies are no basis for friendship at all.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. You see, this world isn't founded on sunshine and honesty. It's built on hunger and longing. I'm the part of Akira that's done pretending otherwise. Maruki might have shaped me, but I'm no puppet. Not for him, not for anyone.
So Maruki doesn't trust Akira at all despite their bond?
If this clown is telling the truth, it aligns with my suspicions about Akira's state here. Cognitions rarely rebel. It's an anomaly.
Does my nature matter, my prince? I'm quite fond of you after all. I might not be honest, but I'm hardly a threat. Unless I need to be.
Your claims are equal parts admiration and menace. It's unsettling.
Then why wait so long to show yourself?
Because I wanted to see if the so-called heretic lived up to his reputation. Watching you restore that fox's senses, talk past those shadows, struggle so fiercely with Mona, it's been entertaining. After all, I had to be sure you were my faithful rival. Not just another hollow puppet.
You've been following us since the start, then. If you're behind what happened to Mona, you better start talking.
That depends. His tragic disappearance, or his miraculous reappearance in Yusuke's distortion. You've lacked information, and I've enjoyed providing it, indirectly. Some tragedies and farces right themselves if you know where to give a gentle nudge.
Cut the nonsense. Either help us or stay out of our way. We have no time for riddles.
Crow's right. We'll take all the help we can get to defeat Maruki, but no lies. You're either an ally or an enemy.
Oh, kitty. Always so naive, so black and white. Haven't you learned that humans live in shades of gray?
He is just toying with us. Typical.
My patience is thin. One more dodge, and we'll see what you're really made of.
There it is. That edge I was hoping for. Go ahead, make it a spectacle. I don't mind being in the front seat.
Crow, be careful. If it turns out to be Akira's shadow, then...
Do it.
He must know. He must know how alive I feel right now.
But you might want to hurry. Your pirate friend is waiting, and you don't even know where to begin searching.
You know where Ryuji's shadow is?
Oh, I know exactly where your so-called pirate king has stashed himself. But knowledge of that sort doesn't come free. Think of it as my ticket into your circle.
So you want us to believe you're guiding us for our own sake? I'm not falling for that.
That's a shame. Captain Skull has built quite the fortress out there, full of treasures and traps, all guarding what he values most. You'll see for yourselves, assuming you accept my generous offer.
You think we'll just let you join after all this? It would be madness to trust you.
Listen, little fox. There are only two options, really. I give you the map to Skull's Island, his distorted, impenetrable fortress, and I come along to audition for your crew. Otherwise, you're on your own, with no map and, oh yes, no ship. Since I blew up the one you had, it's a tad less seaworthy than before.
You're behind the explosion of Shido's ship? That was our spawn point. You nearly got us killed.
Nearly, but I'm quite aware of Maruki's tricks. Had you set foot there as planned, you'd have been swarmed before you could draw a blade. My interference changed that.
Still, you both suffered ambushes in the end, albeit in Shibuya.
He's been meddling more than once, each time leaving no trace. I saw nothing.
That's the real sting, isn't it, Prince? You pride yourself on perception, yet here I stand, revealing. I've lingered just out of reach this whole time. The only reason you know now is because I decided you should.
You bear his appearance and his voice, but you're such a far cry from the leader we've known.
Do you truly believe that, Yusuke? Besides, he's not the real Goro Akechi, is he? Last I checked, he died a year ago. Such fuss over authenticity, in a reality where thought and existence blur.
Don't twist this. I barely trust the real Akira now, and I have no reason to trust you. You're nothing but a projection, a pathetic attempt at mimicking him.
My prince, when the cognitive and real worlds are one, who's fake and who's not? Maybe the phony is that numb, boring barista you've been clinging to. Or maybe we're one and the same. But sure, keep debating it. Meanwhile, your precious Ryuji's distortion grows stronger by the second.
Crow, what do? Do we really consider his offer?
I'm not naive enough to trust him, but if he can buy us time or keep us one step ahead, I'm forced to consider it.
It's madness, a trap, no doubt.
I don't like it, but he seems to know a lot about this world, and Ryuji's distortion, that we ignore. Ignoring him might be difficult.
I'd say it wouldn't hurt to check that map. Then I'll consult Futaba, and maybe get a read on the real Akira, see if anything rings true. We'll decide after that. But Mona's right. We'll take the help we can get.
Very well. Forewarning, however, in the least favorable scenario, I shall make use of the gift you have bestowed upon me to scratch a long, festering itch. Any objections?
Fox.
I'll be right behind you. If taking care of this jackass doesn't interfere with the real thing.
Yes, naturally.
We'll see this so-called map first. No promises.
Prudent as ever. Here's the map, my prince. Enjoy it, though it may not give you much insight unless you ask an expert, I'm afraid. Don't take too long to make up your minds. Things are about to get interesting in Ryuji's domain, and I'd hate for you to miss the grand finale.
Our power may not yet be at its full potential, but glimpses of hidden memories stir within you. Fragments buried beyond what Maruki stole. Are we ready to unravel those truths?
You bet I'm ready. And for the record, I don't intend to stop here. I'll fuel our power to its absolute peak, no matter what it takes.
They're watching.
I know. It's impossible to ignore. Let's get it over with. If this is the path to uncovering their secrets, to uncovering my truths, I'll walk it to the end.
Brace yourself. Truths are rarely kind to the seeker.
Good. Neither am I. Hereward! Call of truth! To steal your heart, phantom thieves' way. However, if you attempt to brainwash me, I will ensure that you witness your own human blood dripping from my hands before taking your last breath.
I hear your words, Akechi.
Help.
You are still a criminal, but not a murderer. You were the hands in the psychotic breakdown incidents, but the trial proved you were manipulated by Shido, and therefore not responsible. You retain your complex and multi-layered personality, which allows you to continue to challenge Akira and navigate relationships as you see fit. But your instinct for survival and your desire to find your place in this world is stronger than anything else, stronger even than the search for an elusive truth that would only bring you pain. Isn't that right?
Do you really think I'm as weak as Yoshisa? What have you done to me?
Nothing at all, Akechi-kun. It's all right. How do you feel?
I feel confused. What were we talking about?
You. We were talking about you, about your place in the world. What do you think it is now?
My place is underground, dead. If I end it all, there's no more suffering, and I'll finally be free.
No, that's not right, is it? You've always fought to survive, haven't you? That instinct is stronger than anything else in you.
But that's a paradox. My place isn't here.
It is. Your place is right here, Akechi-kun. Think of Akira. Don't you think your bond with him is reason enough to stay?
Akira. I hurt him, betrayed him, and if I stay, he'll keep being tormented. He deserves to grieve and move on without me. He deserves better than this. He sacrificed so much because of me. I need to go away.
But what if you're wrong? What if leaving would only hurt him more? Akechi-kun, isn't there anything else that gives you purpose? Anything at all?
Purpose? Besides dying?
Exactly. Dying isn't a purpose, Akechi-kun. Believe me, it would be easier for everyone if I granted your true wish to disappear. But with Akira in the picture, I can't. So let's work on finding another purpose for you, Akechi-kun. What do you say?
All right.
What do you truly want to do? Deep down, beyond all the noise and pain, what's there?
To defeat you. To be a real hero. Maybe then my sins will be atoned for. I'll find peace. I'll fulfill my promise to my mother.
And yet, even that brings you no comfort, does it? No peace, only more pain. Earlier, you said something interesting, that if this world and the one before it were both constructs, you might reconsider your rebellion, remember?
Yes, but it's, an impossible truth. It would, render my existence meaningless. It would mean that defeating you, or even killing myself, wouldn't change anything. It's...
Exactly. Endless questions, endless nightmares. There is no point in this fight against my reality if the original world was just a construct, a game, a story. If it's all illusory and you can't prove any of it, it's only going to make you suffer. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. But then, what else is there to do? If I can't leave, if I can't fight, What am I supposed to do?
Why not live in the moment instead?
Live in the moment?
That's right. You've already given so much. You've suffered enough to balance out the wrongs you've done, or more accurately, the wrongs you haven't done in this reality. Why let them define you? Akira, your friends, they're here. Why not live in this moment with them?
How? If not my past, then what defines me?
Everything you are, minus the darkness you cling to. You're so much more than your pain, Akechi-kun. Akira sees that. I see that. Don't you think you deserve a life where you can be more than your mistakes?
Akira enjoys our rivalry. He likes me as I am. The twisted, unhinged Goro Akechi. He likes the fact that I am broken and flawed. And he doesn't want to deny our history either.
Do you truly believe that? Or is it what you tell yourself to keep your walls up? I think he also loves the intelligent, resourceful, loyal side of you. The one with the sharp sense of humor, the keen perception, and the insatiable curiosity. You could have something normal, something lasting, a life together.
A life together? With him?
Yes, a life you both deserve. Could you try living in the moment for him?
Living in the present moment for him.
Not only for your happiness as well, Akechi-kun. It's the only way, isn't it?
Yes, I could try that.
That's all I ask, Akechi-kun. You deserve to enjoy every second of this life with the people you care about, with Akira. No more existential torment.
Yes, I suppose you're right. He deserves that. I will try my best.
Finally, we're getting somewhere.
Well, I lacked conclusive evidence, but after I fought against you all, I had a gap in my memory that ended with meeting up with him again.
You bastard!
So, my final enemy is a puppet version of myself.
Akechi-kun! Isn't there some way to get this open, Mona?
What's this worthless thing doing here? An intruder?
The other trickster, a failed one at that. He slipped through the cracks. How pitiful.
Huh? This is another inmate? He looks more like garbage drifting in.
This one is not supposed to show his face, then. Did you crawl here on your belly?
What? Where?
You remain on trial, boy. Yet you appear before me unbidden. Your pitiful worthlessness knows no bounds.
How dare you? You have no idea. Ouch!
Shut up, defendant! How dare you talk back to our master?
If he isn't allowed here, what do we do with him, Master?
Maybe use him for practice? We've got plenty of new execution methods to test.
Execution? Am I not dead?
He's lost his battle already. The masses' cognition won't hold on to him for long.
How pathetic is that, defendant? No one even cares about your failures. You better prove yourself a worthy training dummy.
Yet I remember seeing his face quite often, don't you, Caroline? He was a celebrity. People still know his face. Perhaps he can linger like a stubborn echo, locked away and out of sight.
Fine. Let him rot in some forgotten corridor. If he's pointless, no one will miss him.
Do as you please, girls. He is no threat now.
All right. Caroline, would you do the honors?
This way, defendant. Direction, purgatory.
I recommend that you use the ample time our master gives you to reflect on what you've done wrong. Farewell, failed trickster.
Chop Chop taking out the trash.
Where are you taking me? Where am I? Am I dead? Loki? Loki! This can't be real. Someone must be watching. Loki, Robin Hood, answer me. Who are those strange girls? Shadows? This place is too quiet. Is it mementos? I'm not dead, am I? This can't be all there is. Someone has to find me. Loki, Robin Hood, you're here, right? Good girls. Caroline? What a joke of fate. I can't even die. And if I'm alive, how do I leave this place? Is this hell? Eternal loneliness. How fitting. No one's coming. Right? Is this a test? I'm tired of getting tested. I will not play in your game. Whoever is responsible for this, show yourself. Fine, just ignore me. See if I care. For fuck's sake! Anyone! Do you hear me? I'm Goro Akechi. I matter! You have no right to keep me here. To die like any other human being. My name is Goro Akechi. I am important. I saved Joker's life. I did evil. But I'm not a monster. I deserve the right to die like any other human being.
Akechi.
What? Joker? Who's there? Show yourself! My own damn mind, playing tricks on me. I'm not mad. I'm not. I'm just tired.
I know.
Who said that? Explain yourself. I heard it. I know I did.
Well, it looks like it's really over now.
Yeah. if you're just a delusion, at least keep talking. I never asked for help before. Not like this. But this silence is...
You remember that old apartment? The window that leaked when it rained?
No one knows about that but me.
I know, because I've always been here with you, remember? When you were hungry, when you cried into your pillow to not wake the neighbors.
This is what I've been reduced to? Conversing with a phantom voice in my head.
Phantom, huh? Is this the influence of Joker?
No, I mean... I used to talk to myself as a kid. Pretend someone listened. Is that what this is? Am I... back there again? I see. That's so pathetic. Fine. I'll play along. Just don't vanish again. Remember that day too? I almost forgot the time before. The days with Shido were so blurry. Yeah. It was never easy, was it? Still isn't. What the... Do you see that? I can't even feel my body anymore. Is this... the end? You're here?
It was fun while it lasted, though. It's humans against a god, after all.
Do you hear the voices of the masses? They mock you for revolting against a god. Humans are not but clumps of desire. Logic dictates that a world filled with them will decline.
Phantom thieves! Can you hear us? Phantom thieves!
Alright, this is definitely hell.
You hear that? Those are the voices of the humans you made fun of. No one wants you to rule over them. Isn't that right?
What's going on? Where the fuck are they?
I've made up my mind. I will see my justice through for the sake of protecting what I care about. We're gonna. The same goes for you guys, too. If you've decided to take the world from him, don't compromise your ideals to the very end. Let's defeat him together!
Pillage him! Sataniel! Be gone.
Preposterous! You dare wrong the people's wishes!
I wish Akechi was here.
Joker. I wish I could see this shitstorm too, instead of just hearing it. You know? Joking aside, I
wish Akechi was here. Wish Akechi was here. Wish Akechi was here. Wish Akechi was here.
What's happening now? Stop! Get off me!
Found you!
Shibuya? Not the Diet Building?
I'll be blunt. I want you to turn yourself in to the police.
Turn myself in?
Say Nijima and him. What are they scheming?
Your testimony will be necessary in order to prove Shido guilty. However, that will mean placing you on center stage. You'll be treated as a hero who saved this country. But there's no way that the police or the public prosecutors will let that slide. If you turn yourself into the police, you'll definitely be arrested. I'll close all the cases surrounding Shido. I intend to expose them all. It's to prevent society from becoming distorted again. That's what you want too, isn't it? I'll ask you once more. I'd like for you to turn yourself into the police, of your own accord.
There's no need for that.
You!
If they get their hands on the perpetrator, there'll be no need for him to turn himself in, no? That appears to be the case.
You said there's no need. Just what do you mean by that?
Exactly as it sounds. I'll agree to testify against Shido and his crimes. I assume that works for you? That's right. I have no hidden agenda at this point. If I had to explain myself, I'd say it's simply personal principle that I repay my debts.
For the time being, at least, I'll take your word that you'll cooperate with the investigation.
That would save a lot of time.
I'm sorry. You can forget everything I just told you. I'll take him in myself. I won't try to claim that everything will turn out perfectly for you, but I would bet this case will reach its natural conclusion. No, in fact, I swear that this will be properly settled.
Merry Christmas, Akira.